The movie that fans of this channel, Tanis Leonhardi, have been waiting for. Movie notes on Seabiscuit. 2003 film, 14 July 2024 viewing. I just finished viewing this Sunday, 14 July 2024. I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. And these are my movie notes for this viewing, focusing on this movie as a bit and how it kind of centers around a structure of competition called a match race. And I'm donning my number 2 San Francisco 49ers jersey because the Seabiscuit jockey wore a lot of red and white. And as you can see on the movie artwork on the DVD. And so I was like, well, the closest thing I got this, and this is the right coast, right? West coast of the United States of America, and Seabiscuit was a West Coast horse. Racehorse. Okay, so my description is for this viewing is a biographical film about life leading up to a match race between racehorse Seabiscuit and racehorse Man-O-War. Life for the owner, trainer, and jockey of Seabiscuit, as well as the horse. The match race and life following the match race. Yes, so I thought growing up, I really loved this movie because I was competitive in sports and I'm still a runner and stuff like that. And I've brought up the Tanis hamsters match meet, which I continue to work on conceptualization for. Might do a riding exercise for on Tuesday, 16 July 2024, tentatively. But I really liked this movie, and my sister really liked horses, and I really liked the match race format. And I was like, is it because I like the match race format that I love this movie so much? And so when I was growing up, I actually did that dissection. So I was born approximately 10 years before this came out, kind of thing. Right, this was in my developmental years this came out. And we got it. It was hot off the press in this household. And so it was when I actually went through and I dissected from a match race structure perspective. And it's very much structured about and provides, if one's looking for it, the meaning of a match race and how people can be in different, or in this case, racehorses, can be in different competition brackets and not ever interact with each other. And a match race allows for there to be a challenger and a challenged. For Tanis hamsters, we might have more than one of those kind of structures, approaches to who's in the match race. But for this one, it's a challenger and a challenged. So Seabiscuit challenges Man-O-War. And it's about taking these horses from different competition brackets and being like, let's see who's the best in the United States of America. Right? Because Man-O-War always says they're the best, you know? Which continues to that day, that mentality around war and stuff, right? Yes? No? I don't know. Okay? I'm not in the military. And so, around the stigma of war, yes. Or perception of war, yes. So, there's a bit of, well, then prove it, and Man-O-War loses. Right? So, as a reminder that some people can talk a lot of talk. They sell so many copies. They set so many world records. They win so many medals. That doesn't mean they're the greatest. And a match race can really highlight certain deficiencies that might exist. And so I thought this did a really good job of that, and kind of how not only was Seabiscuit the better horse in the match race, they really structured this movie around showcasing the life of the owner, the trainer, which is the trainer both of the horse and the jockey, and then Seabiscuit, the horse, and kind of how they're very human, and they don't have some pristine story, and they also don't have some sobbing adversity story. They do a really good job of taking like situations they've been in that might be called less than ideal, but turning them into positives. Like the jockey comes to reside with the owner of the horse, and he gets food and stuff like that, and he gets to train with the horse, but he doesn't go, let me tell you about how horrible it was when I was a child every day. Right? It's like the adversity seekers of today. It's about kind of tearing everybody down and making people depressed and stuff. And no, he goes, I'm going to accept where I am, and I'm going to embrace the people I'm around, and I'm going to cherish them and taking care about them and the opportunities they provide me, and treat them as family. And so it's something that, I mean, Seabiscuit was kind of a Great Depression, World War I, Great Depression, World War II kind of time frame, him and Man-O-War. And so there's a bit of right? The people at the time had a lot more heart, especially for sports, than these days. That's kind of what's at top, at least in the United States of America. So there's, yes, maybe just in the United States of America. So things have really gone upside down since back then, and at least Seabiscuit. But yeah, it's a testimony, I think, to how it can be used to just, a match race can be really great at solidifying. If we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. We just want to race. And it says a lot about a person when they won't even be willing to race when they're challenged, right? So there's a double ding. There's a ding for losing and a ding for not even being like, well, man of war is supposed to represent the United States of America, right? So why aren't you racing somebody out on the West Coast when challenged? So there's a little bit of that stigma to it too. It can tell a lot about a person's character and that kind of thing. When they're touting greatest of all time and then they don't even respond right to a challenge. Ding on reputation. A little bit of reputation loss there from this woman's perspective. So this is my movie notes on Seabiscuit, 2003 film, 14 July 2024 viewing.